National Association of Entrepreneurs. Scott expects you to all be riveted this morning by the Affordable Health Care Act.
Good morning, Toastmasters.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I went through the past couple of days trying to come up with a great opening to be able to get people riveted to learn about the Affordable Health Care Act. And last night when I got home, I posted on Facebook something that I was going to be speaking today. And this is the best opening that I could have ever come up with. And it wasn't provided, I didn't provide this, somebody gave it to me. I posted last night, speaking tomorrow at the National Association of Entrepreneurs in Winter Park. Meeting runs from 11:45 to 1 in Ethos on Fairbanks. I'll be speaking about the Affordable Health Care Law and its effect on small businesses. Come check it out if you're free. The first reply I got was, I hope you tell them how bad it is. Spoken by one of my best friends, I coach his kids in baseball. I replied back, nope, I was actually going to provide an unbiased, neutral, fact-based view. He decided that it was the best place to have a political discussion. My presentation this morning on the Affordable Health Care Act isn't about if you like it or if you don't. Many of you, if you had your druthers, would decide not to follow this act. But the truth of the matter is, it's going to be enacted. It's passed. It's there. It's kind of like gravity. We can't do anything about it. So we may as well learn about what it is and what it is not. So if you follow me this morning and give me a little bit of leeway, I'm going to provide you with some examples of what the history of this act was, what it's going to mean for small businesses, and then provide you with some information on not just what it is, but how it's going to impact you individually as a small business owner. So first, the act itself wasn't just some sort of random accumulation of, well, it'd be nice to do for the country. It came in response to a specific need. And that specific need is really about small businesses are being priced out of providing insurance for their employees. Small businesses pay up to 59% more for insurance than what a larger business will. That's a huge cost difference.
Yeah.
And when you talk about a small business, the Act defines a small business as any business with 25 employees or less. Want to guess how many businesses, what as a percentage of businesses in the U.S., how many businesses that encompasses?
92%.
92, 35?
58.
First, 96% of all businesses fall into that category of a small business. So the Affordable Health Care Act, when it talks about are we going to price companies out of the market of being able to employ people, it only applies to 4% of companies in the United States. 4%. That's 1 in 25. So let that sink in for a second. All of this that we're talking about applies to 4% of companies in the United States. And here's the deal as to why that act is so important. There's two major components to the act. One is to be able to help small businesses be able to compete and provide benefits to their employees. And because 96% of people in the United States work for small businesses, that's a big portion of the working population of the United States. So if we continue to let those companies not be able to provide benefits, we keep going down the same path we've been going down for the past 50 years. So it was in response to a specific need. The second part of it doesn't have to do with businesses, but has to do with individuals and individuals needing to provide their own health care insurance. And the reason why this was enacted isn't because one day someone just decided, you know, now you don't seem responsible, we want you to get your own insurance. It had nothing to do with that. It had to do with the fact that every day there are so many people in the United States that all of a sudden have some major crisis in their life, some major medical crisis in their life, and they don't have health care insurance. So when that major crisis hits, now they have to go out and buy life insurance. They can't afford the life insurance because now there's not life insurance or health insurance because now there's not health insurance available for them. Great case in point. How many of you have ever heard of Howard Schwartz, who was the founder of Starbucks? A few people, right? He grew up in New York City, in the Bronx, either Bronx or Brooklyn. In the 1950s, his dad was a driver that delivered goods throughout New York City. One winter day, when delivering goods, his father slipped on the ice and broke his leg. Shattered his leg, ended up in a full leg cast. Kind of stuff happens every day. Well, the problem is, since he shattered his leg when he was working, he lost his job because he didn't have the ability to be able to have that sort of insurance. Once he broke his leg, didn't have that insurance anymore, wasn't able to go out and acquire that insurance, lost his job while they lost their apartments, had to move, change their life history forever. That happens every day throughout the United States. That's where that provision came from. It's not just a random accumulation of ideas. It was to meet a specific need. So one of the great things that the Affordable Health Care Act does is it provides businesses with specific guidelines for what they can do, what they cannot do, how to go about getting health insurance for individuals. There's going to be something called a healthcare exchange. And the healthcare exchange goes into effect in 2014, and it is the first time that small business owners and individuals who don't have insurance can go to one clearinghouse and purchase insurance at a reduced rate compared to what they would be able to get normally. It also means that they cannot be frozen out to say, you have some sort of pre-existing condition, you have some sort of injury, we're not going to accept your insurance. So it's opening that market for individuals who are uninsured, underinsured, and for people who work for small businesses. That is where the Obamacare or the Affordable Health Care Act attempts to alleviate a need within the United States. If you have a company, I see Jim, it's the yellow light. If you have a company that has less than 25 employees, you will not be required to offer insurance. It's only companies that have more than 25 employees that are required to offer insurance. So before you get all worked up about this is the end of civilization for America, know what it is not, and then make an informed decision as to how you can use this information to impact your business. All the best.